welcome to another one of my streams. I am Local the Nub. Run T5, T6 Dark Abyssals for the most part. Also run some Firestorms, a couple other things. Mostly in destroyers and frigates. I make a whole bunch of way too many ISK doing it. Tonight I'm running Tier 6 Darks. Partially because I'm a bit on the lazy side tonight. I just don't want to have to redo my fleet and whatnot, but should be starting up some other stuff to give you guys just different content. It's not necessarily better for me to do, but that's okay. However, I still have a couple goals I want to try to meet for making ISK, so we'll see how that goes. Sorry,
that's
a couple hard shell.
Our little guitar.
Yep. That crash. There we go. Stack that. I want 1,000 more of my Scourge, which would be a little long on a couple characters. I mean, still enough for more than a few runs, though. 400 Navy Cap boosters. Now, you cannot use these for too much longer. However, there's usually some form of limited time boosters that you can use. These ones have lasted quite a while, actually. So, for 10, 15 million, I get 4 hours of extra shield boost and 4 hours of extra missile damage, which is well worth it. So a couple of those. I just need to grab these on my other characters as well. Where my other two are DPS, they're both going to grab Pyro Lancia 2 instead of the Hard Shell. Scourge should be about 1,000 of those on each of these guys as well. They do use a smidgen more, but that will do for him. Crash. 2 synth crash, 2 blue pills. Now, these guys do still need the extra blue pills and all that stuff because they will die if they don't. Mostly that. The angels do a lot of damage, and these guys don't have ADCs. Stack those things. So the last thing you need is Cataclysmic Darks, which is what I'm running. And 400s. I don't quite max them out, but I get close to it. Stack that, you're good. Reasonably certain I repaired them, but we'll find it when I undock. Stack those. Scourge. Nope. I guess it'll probably work. This guy has almost 100,000 Scourge for me, so I'm not that low on it. Republic, and you are going to cap boosters. Damage, defense. These things expire in about 2 weeks. 5th of September. So pretty close to 2 weeks. Okay, and hey, Ermin, how you doing? First, alright, let's undock these guys. Let's grab this one and undock that. I apparently did not repair these guys like I thought I did. They're all fairly well damaged. Ribbit, how you doing tonight? Paraquote there. Yep. Repair that. I know, right? I mean, I could do that, but see, I'm down to like 8.1 billion. What am I gonna do? I'm quite well, thank you. Titus, buddy, how you doing? Okay, so let's take this and warp fleet out to here. No, absolutely not. You're lucky you could do T2 in a worm solo. Nice. Nice. Oddly enough, something that I found more valuable than I expected to was gas huffing in low sec, high sec. I wasn't expecting it. Rockinos, how's it going? Has been a little bit, hasn't it, Titus? Okay, let's grab you, and you, and you. No, Not that I'm aware of. Destroyers can. A Jackdaw can do T3 solo. Need max skills, and it's not the safest. But it can do it. I think I got up to like 25 runs before I lost mine. Of course, I didn't try as much as I could have. I have 44 tier 3 runs done. The reason being is because I just had a deal with, what's his name, Torvald, and I managed to get away with it, and it went well. And then I had a Jackdaw fit, which is really neat. To be fair, running those Jackdaws gave me a really good idea of how to run these better. So it was well worth it for me to have done that. We're going to go straight down here. So it's going to take a second for these guys to catch up. We're going to kill these Wardens a bit first. Normally I like to kill the Fire Watchers. But these guys are going about 1,000 meters per second faster. So they'll be in range quicker for me to shoot. And if you watch them, it usually looks like the webs are a little bit faster than the rest of the guys, which makes sense. You do want your tackle to be able to tackle, right? Anasir, how you doing? No, I did not turn my graphics back up on this guy yet. Medium, medium, shoot something, shoot something. You're just able to shoot something. Shoot something. Not that stuff. Medium, apply. Hopefully he's not dead. Oh no, he's fine. Alright, shoot that Warden. He even has cap. Look at that. That's sweet. Okay, don't shoot my own dude. Legit concern entirely too often. Gonna kill these Fire Watchers. So is farming all these accounts. I've been doing really good at it though. And actually, to be fair, I had a fair bit of fun and causing shit. Getting that stuff for Contempo, so I thoroughly enjoyed that. Which, of course, you saw my Discord message, and that was amusing to me in itself, of course. The most Eve thing ever happened, too. So I go out to low sec and I huff gas. And I'm gathering my stuff up to get it to high sec. And the one station that I had become semi-accustomed to being afraid in, because the people there were actually pretty good at catching me. And by pretty good at catching me, I mean they caught me once in my 50 million-isk ship and destroyed it, which I farmed 4 billion worth of gas. But they were the one person who caught me. Like, of those all the jumps, they were the only one who actually got anything. And I screwed around a little bit on some of them. It's like, look, here is an Astro, and it would, you know, come in, it would micro warp drive in, it would kick out its drones, probably not realize it was that much faster than all its drones, and the drones wouldn't get to me before, like, he would get to me, but I'd warp away before he could tackle, and his drones would just never get to me. I don't even think he had guns on it. So his Astro didn't hit me at all, and even if it did catch me, I don't know if it had a higher point scram the way he was flying. So I was warping out and then warping back into another gas cloud to huff gas while he was harassing me. Like, almost killed a stealth bomber, but my my guy didn't have a scram on him, which I kind of regretted. But his skills were shit. What else? Oh yeah, so the most Eve thing that happened. So I'm in the station, and there's people on the end. I undock. There's 3 people out there waiting to kill me, and it looks like they would have a really good chance of it. And I'm like, okay, let's dock back up. And these guys were in like 2 Tengus and a Logi. And so I dock back up and I'm like, okay, well, you know what? I have this other stuff I'm not going to be using. So let's throw that up on a contract. And, you know, I'm also an EVE player. I know how this works. So I throw it up on contract. And in local, I'm like, hey, here's this stuff up on contract for sale. It's lower than G to sell. Or, sorry, G to buy. Feel free to take it. I'm out of here. And they're like, and I warp out a system, and they're like, wait. We're looking at your contract. Like, they docked up. I saw they docked up. I'm like, this is my chance. And they undock. And they're like, wait, let me take a look at this contract. And they look at the contract, and I'm like, did you guys just try to kill me and then buy my stuff? And I'm like, that's EVE. That's exactly how EVE works. Never mind. And they're like, yeah, that's exactly what happened. I definitely flew away from these guys, and that was a mistake. And nothing is after either of these two. Webs? No, thankfully. Every time. It's just another form of noob, and noob means person who is new to the game. It was appropriate when I started streaming 7 years ago, in that I made a new character for this. When did I make this character? 2016. So yeah, 7 years ago. It is less appropriate now that this character is 7 years old. Unless I skill wipe him again, but that hasn't happened in a bit. What? 50 million in one of these rooms? That is terrible. How dare you, game? After giving me a 6 billion-isk 3 hours the other day, how dare you give me less loot now? We should expand that, actually. 1,000's a little close. Let's go 10. And you're going to tip the balance on those two. But I was. That's my own fault now. And don't worry. There's definitely still nub moments. No, so right now I'm feeding it into a lot of planetary interaction. You might be like, Loki, it doesn't take much for planetary interaction. It does for 13 accounts. So that's my main thing. I just plan on voting myself into CSM stealth, and nobody will notice. What? Who's that guy? How's he doing that? Maybe next year, not this year, though. And apparently annoying people in low sec is the other thing I'm doing with it. One of my goals, actually, and I'm close to that one, is to have 15 accounts. So I was thinking a Porp, but I might skip the Porp and just go with prospects. So 12 prospects, 2 DPS Overwatch kind of guys. The only thing is I want them to be able to catch for frigates, so maybe 1 anti-frigate and 1 anti-everything else. I heard Nighthawk's been doing good for something like that. To be fair, I would also be fairly happy with Drex. No, Drex? Yeah, Drex. There's an interesting Drek that one of my friends gave me that I might use for that. So, let's say 13 miners, 2 Drex, and I was thinking a Porp, but I might skip the Porp, so it might be 13 miners instead. Be really easy to get in and out. But if I'd at least want to bring a Porp to station so that I'd be able to compress my ore there and just yeet them out to Potvin in groups of 15 and go mining and see if I can annoy people there. Now, of course, the other option is to drop off the "you cannot scan this ship on D-probe" ships, or on D-scan, sorry, and watch people rage as those catch them. I'm sure they'll be super happy if I did something like that. You know what? I didn't consider just putting 6 stealth bombers on a gate. I wonder what that would be like. Or even 12. 12 stealth bombers. Here's 3 dudes mining and 12 goddamn stealth bombers. What are you going to do? Oh, that's right. You're going to take a whole lot of bombs to the face. 1 new left. That'd be so terrible. I'm that kind of terrible though. Time to tramp stealth bombers. Okay, that is a medium deviant. Short deviant is super far away. That boundary is super close. You're down a little bit on cap. That guy's almost dead. It's all about the terrible things you can do. I don't know. I mean, I would imagine so. Like, bait ships come in all sizes and colors, right? Lots of people fly different kinds of bait ships. Amel, how you doing? Look, all the people that haven't been here in a little bit are here today. Sure, you pick a day when I'm tired and I need more of this sweet, sweet coffee to get through the night. It's my own fault. I stayed up late playing Baldur's Gate 3. What the hell was that? Did I sell for 300 million? Aguila. I sold Aguila. Okay, cool. You know what? I didn't even consider that. So, something I'm trying to do, and I'm working on getting a little bit better at it, I have, right now I have a contract up for about $3 billion worth of stuff. And I'm one person, but one person is the kind of thing that makes a difference in stocking a system. That is kind of crazy. I didn't realize that they could do that in 0.9 systems. Imagine. No, it can't be because maybe. I mean, I probably thought about the fact that it could be a one-man ganking squad, but okay. Well, Lanx is far away. This guy. He'll catch up. Riker, you had a quotation or something in front of that. 121? What? That should be able to fit. There we go. There we go. Reload, 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 activate, activate, activate. So, if you think about it, 20 bombers would generally, let's say 30 mil, for a fit. So 30 mil times 20, 600 million worth of bombers to take out a freighter. It's decent. Pretty sure though that well, yeah, I think you do better with battle cruisers though. I think, maybe not. I don't know. That's in 0.6 too though. If you got like one extra volley off, which you're not as affected by newts and stuff on that, then could work. I definitely have the characters to start ganking if I wanted to, but that's not one of the things that I'm as into. Neat. I will take a look at that later. Drax ghosting. You know what's not in here? Tangling or newts, which is perfect for me. 2, 3, 4, 5. This way. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. So I have to kill tangling first, because if I don't, they're going to kill me. Oh yeah, they really are. But there's no tangling. The next thing that annoys me are the what you call it, snoots. Just starving Damaviks. I don't need to kill them first, but it does save on a few Cat Booster 400s. However, if I can go straight for the Drex, then it's less tank I have to chew through, because I can kill a few of them while they're still repping up, right? Recon, how you doing, buddy? Oh, that was another thing I was looking at was, so I saw somebody streaming Shattered Wormholes over the weekend, and the mining in them looked pretty good. But the thing is he's a bit more of a scrub than I am, and had 3 accounts. I have enough accounts that I could go in, roll the other wormholes in it, and then have the place to myself to mine or do sites or whatever I wanted, and it would probably be pretty good ISK that way. I am very well, thanks for asking. I think they're all turret based though, those ones. Oh, we're getting low on that deck, by the way. So, I'm going to look it up later. I have a question for you guys, especially if any of you guys are more YouTube-y type people. Would I be better off putting a draw for YouTube, well, not specifically for YouTube, well, kind of specifically for YouTube, in Discord, or is there a way to do it through YouTube? Like, can you think of a way? I don't want to do it by comments. I don't think that's, I don't want to count comments. I don't want to, I could throw something in the video and be like, look, say this magic word. I've got 2 thoughts so far. Is I can add a very tiny video that is like, hey, please go into my channel, Twitch, which is kind of a neat thing too, because then I could get people might follow me that way too. And type this in, like #Horde, and I can do it through Moobot. Or I could do it through a Discord draw. I'm wondering which of those 2 you guys think might be better. Or which you guys would prefer, because I want you to enter it as well. My YouTube's been doing quite well, and I want to keep that going. I thought that there was like some kind of monetization I could get soon. Apparently some, hey, you can buy this weird thing that I'm not going to actually sell you guys. So also, I swear my y-axis is moving instead of my z-axis on my Ender 5 Pro, and I don't know why. Ender 5 Pro, z-axis moving, not y-axis. Nope, doesn't look like it. I'll have to figure it out. Shouldn't be that bad. So, I don't know what it is, and it's been annoying me. So I'm trying to print a handle for a small dagger. Obviously fake dagger, come on now. And those guys are awfully close, aren't they? Shoot, shoot, and shoot. And you still haven't shot that. And I could probably take two. And so I've done that a couple times. And it fails, and I stop print. And I go to the Z-axis, and I'm like, Z-axis, move down 100 millimeters. And the Z-axis does not go down, because X, Y, Z. Instead, the Y-axis goes to the bottom. And I'm like, what in the hell are you doing? That's not what I asked you to do. And it should obey me, because it is a machine. And machines are meant to obey us. This is why we're going to die to machines. Okay, so we are 5.5 minutes into a Drekvik room. That's actually not too bad. Got 3 Damviks to go. Gives me about a minute for them. So I have to figure that out, but I also have my CR10, so I can try that. The other thing is I've been messing around with layer heights. It was printing at 0.2 millimeter, and now I'm trying 0.08, and I thought that might have had something to do with it, but I redid it, and it's still not working, and I'm like, God damn it. I formatted the card. Maybe that has something to do with it. I'll have to double check. It's annoying me, though. I feel like something is not moving the way it's supposed to be, but at the same time, it gets the edge print fine. So I'm like, what's wrong? What's going on here? Okay, so let's go that way. What do we got? Charybdis. Looks like we should be coming out of that blue cloud in not too long. 2 webs, bunch of null charges. We'll take care of those webs first. Medium range deviant is fine. Okay, 2 guys working on the entanglers. Other guy's going to start on the nulls. Okay, so sometimes when I'm feeling lazy, and I should never do it, I will orbit Charybdis and just kind of coast along a little bit. 70, okay, so Charybdis probably can't shoot out this far. Not well, anyway. Okay, second web is dead. Everybody gets to move faster, and now we just have to deal with nukes. So I lucked out, and I had 2 50 kmn unstable mutaplasmids drop, which was a nice little 2 billion-isk bonus in my pocket over the weekend. I won't say no to that. So in a lot of situations, Karen's a huge pain in the ass. For these guys, Karen is not a huge pain in the ass. Karen is just something that you generally fly around. You don't go into blue clouds. You don't go near tracking towers, which we don't have any tracking towers this time. And you keep her in range, and you kill her. That's it. So look, lots of empty space. Guess what we're looking for? We're looking for lots of empty space to fly in. These guys we're going to kill after on our way back to the biocache, which is up there and does not look like it's in a blue cloud. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them. It's what I'm here for. It can be related to this. It does not have to be related to this. can be related to other things in Eve, like how some jackass went and jacked 4 billion worth of low sec gas sites out of your low sec space and taunted you nicely, aggressively nicely. He was aggressively nice to you. Okay. There you are. Alright, Cryptus is not dead. Let's start going this way. We wanted a blue cloud, but yeah, that looks like a speed cloud. So we're gonna head back this way. It should bring us closer, but not into that blue cloud for a bit. And once Cryptus is dead, that blue cloud is irrelevant. I could actually probably orbit this and be fine, but sometimes just don't do that. And there we go. Yeah, so Contempo made the mistake of saying, hey, I need X thing. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I went and got him entirely too much low sec gas. And I most certainly made people rage. It's fantastic. Why do we keep shooting the same ones? This is unintentional. There was not a good chance of that happening. Looks like we should have a little bit of time for the last room. We are up by 2 minutes right now. Reloading, reloading. A few missiles left. Which one are you shooting? That one, so you two can shoot. The other one, yeah, I think you can kill that. You can do it? Ah, so close. I don't think you have another one either. Gonna go with a no on that one. Alright. Last room, 8 minutes left, so we are up a good minute 20. So this is actually the worst one. I was like, if we get this one, we'll be okay, and we will. But goddamn, you're annoying. The end of ethic, not you guys. Ugh, really want to hang around that either. Alright, looks like we're going to kill everything. Manually, mostly. Yeah, we can fly this way a little bit. Weren't any webs in there, I don't believe. Gaze dimmers, fogcasters, and plate forgers, because I don't want them repping the endobethic once it comes time to kill endobethic. Now, we are going to kind of stay a little bit in range of this thing, on the lower side of things here, but we are going to move away from that too. And these guys definitely need to get closer, and are not right now. One of them might get shot at by endobethic. I think this guy, but I'm not sure. Nope, it's that guy. He is temporarily webbed. What do you go for that? Regular, okay. And web should be up. There we go. Web is off. So we should be catching up pretty quick now. And fuck. Oh, damn it. Okay, this way. Okay, so you get the spot later because you're the only one still targeting him, and everyone else is going for the end of it. So this site is taking me longer than I normally like. I prefer it, obviously, to run as short as possible, which is usually in the 15-minute time frame for me. But this was a Charybdis, Dracovic, Endobenthic, which is about as bad as it can get for me. So now I just need to keep Endobenthic at about that 40-kilometer range would be ideal. 35 to 40, I'm going to say, because you don't want to pop out of range if you can help it, but you can't really slow down either because you want that transversal velocity. You want them to not be able to track you with their guns. Now, ideally, I also would have been able to use that medium-range deviant to kill the drones that were in here. However, I didn't want him to benefit from that multi-body tracking either. Okay, 5 minutes to go, so we're technically a minute 40 into what we have for time for this room. However, all the drones are dead, and he's out of shield, so we're not doing too bad. This will probably be about an 18-minute run, though. And I got too close to Endobenthic again. So we're going to taper over a little bit. Try to get out with keeping the tracking up for this guy. And 13. Mevic, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. 14. It's not quite out yet. However, that guy is more than far enough away from this thing that we don't have to worry about it. You should not be aiming to get closer. All right. He's still being shot at. He's got great transversal. He's just not getting away. 15. Okay, he might break out in a sec. There we go. Okay, again, I don't want to get closer. Reloading on these two, and him in just a second. Okay, I don't like getting too close to that multi-body, but that's a short range too. It doesn't have anywhere near as good of a range. So I should be able to go up this way without too much issue. This guy's being shot. 21. Come on, further away, not closer. 20, still 20, still 20. Should be getting further away. There we go. I'm going to stop shooting on this guy for a moment, because the other two should be able to kill him before I get to this cache anyway. There's the 18-minute mark. And this is what kind of makes these ones a little bit scary, is if you get a bad set of rooms, it can take that long. Approach there, approach there. Grab that, 114, activate gate. And a minute and 10 to spare. Which for me is actually, I'm happy with that. A minute 10 with those spawns is perfectly fine. But that's where my training set will not complete this. Like, my training set isn't really meant for the tier 6, it is meant for tier 5 because it cannot complete all of that in time. Now, that doesn't happen that often. That, again, if you're training, that's perfect, because even if you die, you know that that one you can fix by making your ships a little more expensive. That's not usually how it ends up. And also, I didn't overheat or shit like that, too, so. There was a bit of time there. Alright, Abyss number 3. I try to get 4 in an hour, but this one might be a little tough. I've only got 25 minutes left on my boosters. So if this is a long one again, well, there goes that. Multi-body. Let's get moving, because I need to kill shit. Snare casters first for you guys, and then you, whatever you can target first, will be fine. So, these 3 are actually my main targets here, because I need them to die. Webs can increase the chance he hits me much more than anything else here. The spotlighters, sure, technically they can do that, but not really. They're after that guy. I did not expect that. I was shooting the wrong thing, or I moved the wrong thing first. Let's see if we get one of those. There we go. That's the one I need dead. Or did I? Yeah, whatever. And all of the frigates need to die regardless. Like, I don't have a tower that I can use to work on them. We'll see how long this one takes me. This one is the longest room that I have. Keep in mind, I also have that extra 4% that is an event booster, technically. And I'm not... Was there any word on whether there were going to be more event boosters this rotation? Also, Recon, I was definitely talking not specifically about what that fit you gave me has, but that I'm thinking about using 2 of those for my defense in Potvin when I go mining. Because I'm assuming those can kill frigates pretty good, can't they? Or if not, maybe I'll throw a tracking tower on and they can. Or a tracking thing. Excellent. Because I find one of the hardest things to do is get something that can kill frigates up to battle cruisers. I find you can get something that hits frigates and destroyers pretty good. You can get things that hit cruisers and up pretty good. But it's hard to find one that gets both. That's true. Well, also, if I have 2 of them, I can have them 30 kilometers away from each other. And if they get on top of one, the other is just going to be massacring them while they're getting neuted. It will not work out for them. So I'm thinking 13 prospects and 2 of those Drex would be quite fun. Because a lot of the people that I see come around, they probably wouldn't want to deal with those 2 Drex. And I mean, let's be honest. I don't have to pay attention to the miners. I just have to pay attention to the Drex, right? Prospects don't get drones. Oh, if I did the endurance, yeah. To be fair, I could do endurance, and that could just be hilarious. Here are, what, 39 Tech 2 drones. Have fun. Hey, Philip, how's it going? They would not enjoy that. Okay, so this is over there. We are fairly clear up this way. I think we're going to go this way, though. It uses the same skills for either of them. I think you get a little more out of the prospect, though, unless you're using mining drones. That would be terrible, though. Give me 1 minute. Reload, reload, almost reload. Down this way. Done reload, still reloading. YOLO! Okay, when I get a minute, which won't be probably this room. Hopefully it will be next room, we'll see. I'm going to just check, see what damage I can get on a prospect. And that just might be hilarious in itself. Okay, actually we're only at the 520 mark. That's fairly good. 176 million. Down this way. Okay. I've been using minor twos? I have been using minor twos. Alright, I'm going to have to consider my poor life choices later. That's beside the point. Let's do that one more time. $3.9 for 7.8 total. Now my alts don't have that many skill points yet that they would be maxed for drone DPS, but we are above on time, and this isn't a fealties. The fealties is fine. Medium range deviant, we're okay there. Let's go this way. Dissipators. Not that obfuscator. Nobody cares about you. Unlock. And entanglers. So 3 and 3 is not too bad for those. I can deal with that. Entangler, that'll be the last of those. Dissipator. I'm gonna double down on that Entangler. So that's the only deviant. So I don't have to worry about missiles being destroyed, which is, especially right now, a huge concern, because if something were destroying my missiles and my DPS wasn't getting out, this is where it causes problems, where you have 2 already long rooms. I'm going to save the spearfishers for last, but we will kill the other guys. Please wait. $7.5, so slightly less, but would I care? Probably not. Now, the endurance gets how many drones? You don't get bonus to drone damage, unfortunately, but you can have 3 drones out at a time. So let's go draw damage. 70 DPS times 12. That'd be an extra 800 DPS. Not like I'd hope it would have been more, but that would still make a huge difference. Nobody wants 40 acolytes smushing their face. So Charybdis, you don't care if you're close to Charybdis. Not like the Endobenthic. Endobenthic has the web which can cause you issues. Charybdis does not. So you aren't concerned about that. You do kind of care a little bit about that and that, which we're not flying towards. We're flying towards this. But other than that, you're fine. So once this guy hits armor, he dies pretty quick. She dies pretty quick. It dies pretty quick. Clearly, they're acolytes of the Absolute. Come on now. They weren't cultists. What good would they be? Plus direct drones, plus 2 Drex. I think everyone's shooting that and kind of okay with that. Reloading. This guy's not reloading. 179. These are a couple good drops. And we are up about a minute 40 right now. I'm not even going to bother to reload everyone because this guy's the only one who needs a full reload. Let's get through. Oh, I'll go bitch. I mean, at least it's a faster room. Okay, so new trick I've learned, stop your dudes. So you don't fly out into that blue cloud, for example. Overheat that, we're going to let it hit the overheat, and then we're going to start moving. We're going to shoot 3 first because 3 is in range of my ults. Then we're going to go 1. No, see, 1's not close enough yet. That's why I went for 3. One, two, 1, 2, 1, 2. Pop cap booster. Pop cap booster is early for these guys. Overheat. All the webs are on now. Shooting 1. Should get a target swap here in a second. Let's turn that down. I'm in a red clouds. That will be cycling faster and doing more damage. Oh, shit. That guy's taking some damage. This guy's taking a tiny bit, but not so bad. And we're not shooting 2, and that's the one I need dead. Okay, so we're going to shoot 2, and we're going to overheat for 2. See if we can't save this dude, and that's not going to help. This guy, let's bring that up. Okay, he switched targets. Who's he shooting? Shooting this guy. He's alright. Turn that off. Turn those off. This is definitely giving me every reason to dock up after this one. Turn that off. No, turn 3 off, please. Hey Tammy, how you doing, buddy? I don't see you streaming as much as I used to. I do see you on from time to time, though. It could just be I'm not looking at the right times, though. Okay, let's turn 3 back on. I just wanted it off so I wouldn't burn it out. Okay, 5 minutes left on that. So by the time I dock up, go back, all that stuff, this is going to be a 3-run set. I generally try to get 4 in, but this is definitely a 3-run set today. Speaking of which, if you've not followed Tamia, please go follow Tamia. Last I saw, Tamia was running tier 4 missions in Nighthawk. I want to say Nighthawk. Now there's people running like 1800 DPS Nighthawks all over the goddamn place. Okay, turn that back on. These guys are still nearby. I can get a little bit of space and it's fine, so let's see if we can get to the exit a little bit quicker. Again, we made up more time in this one as well. Whew. I mean, it was longer, but it still paid 500 million-esque. You're reloading. You've got 4 shots left. Go for that dude and that dude. I think it's like 170, 170, 130 or something like that. Shoot that guy. Shoot that guy. Both you two are reloading. And we are still above the 2-minute mark. There, you're reloaded. Actually, everyone's pretty well reloaded, aren't they? Yep, looks like. Alright. So, let's go repair quote. So they definitely overheated all of these guys in that last one, especially you. Especially you. Very glad this guy survived. Good job, him. Ooh, nice. I heard something about a PvP one that did a stupid amount of damage. 503 million on that run. So needless to say, that was wildly spectacular. Okay, so you've got enough dark for the next set. Let's go with this guy. I need about 2,000 Scourge Fury. How's it going, Jesus? Okay, over here we need 5. We'll go 4 more 400s. That's not 4. There we go. Okay, so you should be good there. I'm doing well, Code Jesus. Thank you for asking. A little on the tired side, but that's because I stay up too late playing video games instead of sleeping for work. So, clearly my own fault. You are fine, but you need cataclysmics. so those guys are set up there. This is 0.5 space. I mean, it's right here. High sec, going into Abyssal Dead Space. But still technically high sec for the most part. It's just really hard, a hard thing to do, triple boxing for most people. I'm not too bad at it. I do all right. All right, so let's go over here. Let's announce that that one's still open. Please enter that draw. I have, how many cards left of this thing? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I've got at most 15 more cards before I can start up a new one, which will be a 100 card instead of a 50 one. However, man, are the prices in that one going to be good. We'll come up with a few cool things for that. Going to take like an actual commander deck and do something with it, I think. We are going to start up an hourly. Hashtag hourly. Create. Announce that one. How much time do I have? 3 minutes. So I'm going to leave a little ad break, and I will be back in a few minutes. It'll be a little bit of an... So the ad break won't be extended. It'll be 2 minutes. But the break itself will be a little extended. I'm going to grab a drink because I have 4 minutes to do this. So I shall be back in a moment. If you haven't... I mean, yeah, it'll probably go on the first goddamn one, right? Or this 50 is taking forever. I've seen like a 100 card one go in... I want to say 5 cards before. I'm like, son of a bitch. But we'll start off at 5 billion. And we're going to increase it like every 10 or 20 cards fairly significantly. It means I'm going to have to resist spending all my ESC, which will be probably the hard part. Alright, I'll be back in 2 minutes. I think I've talked enough. It's probably only 2 minutes. Now it's 3 minutes. We're good.
She is asleep.
Pretty sure.
She's still on the couch. So she crawled up in the couch and got all suddenly and I was like, do you want me to come over the bed? And she's like,
Sweetheart.
she is asleep.
Alright, go back to it. Now would be a good time for you to take puppers out.
Yeah, I'll take her.
Okay. Alright. That is done. These guys should be good to go. Undock, 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 and undock. Yeah, of course you can. So for tier 3 you don't need everything maxed out. Tier 4 you don't need everything maxed out. Tier 4 you just want like good skills. And you could get away with having like one guy with good skills all around and two guys with like decent everything else skills and decent weapon skills, and you'd be fine. Tier 5 is when you really start wanting to have most of the stuff tier 5. And your lead pilot is always better if your lead pilot, your tank, is the best kitted guy. Because if your tank survives most rooms, the rest of them will survive most rooms. See, that's not bad. Reaper Spawn, thank you for the sub, buddy. Alright. These guys are landing. Pop boosters. So you should always re-roll your boosters if you need to. So all you do is you consume that. You go, yep, that's fine. And then you go consume the other ones. I don't, because I'm a terrible, terrible person. And I'd love to say that I only don't when I stream, but it's not true. I don't any of the time I run these. However, at the same time, you would lose the 4-hour ones if you did it. So another thing you can do, especially if your characters are all like pretty well max skilled, is if your tank rolls badly, switch the ships with a DPS. Because if you do that, oh my god, look at those snare casters. This is bull. 8 snare casters. The hell is that? And all of the deviants in the world. It looks like we're going, yeah, this way. That's a deviant, we're just not going to fly towards it. Ah, I always love stopping by yours all the time, make you take your glasses off. What? I never keep 5,000 points spare just for that. So if you don't follow Reaper Spawn is a variety streamer. Shout out at Reaper. Please go follow him. He is entertaining as shit. And if you just like lurk him for quite a while, he will absolutely have to take his glasses off while playing multiplayer games like Rainbow Six Siege. And he can't see shit, but usually he actually does better. So save it for like Euro Truck Simulator or something like that, and not Rainbow Six Siege. Apparently him being able to see does not actually affect his gameplay for Rainbow Six. Am I wrong? Okay, that's an extraction node. That's fine. See, this is actually concerning, the number of webs in here. These guys are getting close. Like, I might have to hit my ADC to survive this close. And we're fine. All of that to get one less stinking Tezzera.
Hello. I'll be back.
Yep. Hey Reaper, I'm up to 13 Omega accounts, and I'm looking at getting 2 more so I can have a full 15 character Pokwin mining fleet that I can eat out. Let's mark these 1, 2, 3. So, something you can do to mark ships, I'll just show you right quick. It's stupid simple. It's a thing that everybody should know. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 below your F1 keys that you're used to, guys. You can go and you can mark up these guys real quick for things. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, and you're good to go. And that's super helpful. So most of the time you're using that so they shoot the... Oh, shit. I don't even know which way I try to send you. So you're trying to shoot the same one. In this case, I'm trying to use it so I shoot different ones. Okay, he's still hitting that one, so I don't care that it's far away. I mean, I had 4 characters that can mine, and they never did it. And now I have all of the characters they can mine. Okay, so one is duplicated, which is fun. Who's not? Are you all shooting? Oh, two of you guys are shooting the blast grip. You're gonna switch to this arc or strike grip rather. There we go. I know. Oh, I still have that too. So I can take that back a little bit, at least for gas harvesting, which isn't as mining, but still. Gas cloud harvesting, to be fair, it is better than it was. Like, the Rorqual Age was terrible. I'm actually really glad they got rid of it. I mean, Recon, I actually have interesting places to mine, which is the weird thing. Because I can mine in low sec, and I'm not even talking about ore in low sec, I'm talking about gas in low sec, which is fairly lucrative. I can mine ore in Pockven, which, let's be honest, that's just content right there. Are you telling me you would not watch me eat 15 characters out to Pockven to die? Like, people will probably just come to kill me for it, and I'll be like, oh no, I've lost a billion ISK. What am I going to do now? Here's another fleet. Okay, shoot that. I kind of did that a little wrong. I should have already been in place to leave. Reload that. I still have time though, so we're alright, but I wasted like half a minute that I am concerned. Well, I'm not super concerned about, but. So, what was it? So I feel like at one point in time, the last time I tried mining, I was doing Moon Goo, and the first thing that was annoying was my nullsec corporation that I was doing Moon Goo for was charging me by the Moon Goo that I was getting, and that was a huge pain in the ass because I had to go on every single character, split out every type of Moon Goo they were doing, and send that off, and that was a huge pain. Okay, I see clouds, but I don't know what's going on here. Alright, let's go orbit this at 25. Starving, shoot, regroup. Then we'll go for renewing. 25, yeah, 25 should be fine. Then let's go tangling after that. You never like Kappa anyway. Let's just make sure you don't die. Okay, there we go. So notice I didn't even punch a cap booster there. I didn't need to. The starving Lesheks, they newt. In the way they newt is they newt one big chunk and then you have enough time to get your cat back in between. Unless you're taking a fair bit of damage on one of the points where you had just gotten neuted, you don't really need to pop a cat booster most of the time. Also, there was one guy on the weekend who's like, we know who you really are. And I'm like, really? Cool. Tell me. And it's like, blocked. And it's like, does he know who I really am? I'm so confused right now. And he was like, loose lips and all. And I'm like, I don't care if I die. If somebody comes to gank me, somebody comes to gank me. That's kind of how Eve works. And two, it's like, people could mess with my content, but in the end, it's not really going to set me back any. They would have to have such a concentrated effort to do it. But then on top of that, they have to track my other 30 alts to do it as well. And I just can't see that happening if I had to spread them out across the universe to avoid being messed with people. Or I start going to Pochvin more often, and like, what are you going to do? Gank me in Amar or Jita and not know which one I'm going to be in? They would have to put so much effort into it. It would be ridiculous. Like, when you have 39 alts, there's only so much you can do. Ooh, symbols. 2, 3, overheat. Ew. Hey, look, it was one time. It's probably more than one time. Oh, son of a bitch. This might actually be really bad. If anyone's wondering why this might be really bad, there are 5 Elite Dramiels and 2 Echoes. Which means I'm really going to need to pop that ADC soon. Saw that coming. Two guys overheating missiles. That guy's being shot at. In a blue cloud. God damn it. Okay, each of these guys have 1 on them. They're not moving. 1 died. Son of a bitch. Is this the out? This is the out. I think I'm going to survive, but that was a huge mistake on my part. Orbit, you're probably going to die real quick. Shit. Uh-oh. This might be a wipe. Okay, so the bad news is I lost 2 Hawks. The good news is I have quite a bit of time. How are you doing? 1 minute. That's not happening. Problems. Nope, there we go. I mean, I didn't have a lot of options there. I mentioned that number of Dramiels was a problem. Alright, you know what? Oh, I didn't do that hourly yet, did I? So let's close the hourly, announce the hourly, draw the winner, which is Rokonos. Congratulations. Just remembered it. Let's go IGS, Rokonos, which is that one. Rigged. Create a giveaway. This doesn't actually happen all that often. Death. Please get in on that. We'll make that 100 million ISK. It'll be reasonably quick. Let's go over here. Fleet. Paste. I mean, I made more than enough the other day that it's really not an issue at all. Is this the real one? Yeah, it is. Let's give you 100 million. Okay. About 120. I'm going to want to make sure that one's tagged in my YouTube video when I upload it. Because dying is not something that happens. Oh, damn it. I didn't even think of that. Do I want to switch to Nergals? I've been itching to fly Nergals lately. You have no O3s. O2s? We don't care. What do you have for O3s? Squire capacitor, cap management, gunnery, those are the main ones. Neurotoxin. Why do we have neurotoxin recovery and control? 9 and 10. Which, to be fair, I could put recovery in here. What's that do? 3% chance, less chance of booster issues. Sure. No! Oh wait, that didn't work. Haha. Uh-oh. What was that one? Moobot. What was that one doing? Free skill points? Yeah, not in mine, buds. They're going into Twitch streams now for that? The hell? Make that active. Okay. So let's go hard shell. We'll grab 2 of those. Okax, how you doing, buddy? Occult, so we want about 300 more. Yeah, 400 more. This should have faction drones. Good job, you. Stack that. Exile and Frentics. 2 Front. 2 public. So, what's this? Projectile. So the reason why I had this one was because of this. It does not help for my stuff here. Same as this does not help for my stuff here. Just projectile turrets, but all missiles. However, this helps sub-capital armor repairers, so I can still use that. Let's go over to this guy. What do you have? Plenty. View contents. Don't think I had an active one. Make active. Plug that in. I'm going to go here so I can keep an eye on that. The stuff that I need. Hobo 5's out. Well, I do have enough Federation Navy Hobgoblins for a little bit longer. Let's check this. Your numbers are all messed up for that, so let's drop off 1,200 Occult and go for about 2,500 more Mystic. Exile. 3 Frantics. Ooh, I've only got 2 synth on you. You had more, right? This is something I'm going to have to pick up for him later. Accept. Accept. Okay, so got that, got that. Pyro. 3 of that. You needed cap boosters, I'm pretty sure. Yes, you do. You can grab 8 of those. This guy's going to have more cap boosters. He doesn't use them. He just saves them. Not that I haven't heard anything about the gates yet, but I'm terrible about that. So. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. So I know some people don't have things to block people on their chats. I absolutely do all of the time. I think they all should, but not everyone does. 18 firestorms, just in case. Do you have a mobile tractor? Yeah, we'll grab a pack rat mobile. So you might be like, Loki's getting the extra stuff? No! Loki's making it so we can blow up the T5 special room stuff and get that. Okay. I think that's all you need. That would be hilarious. but you would be the wrong damage for it. Alright, let's hack. O3s. Squire, Cat Management, Lancer, Neurotoxin Recovery. Oh, there we go. That looks like all the ones I want for that. Accept. O3. Not rapid launch. Plug in the rest. Might have duplicated 8. Do we have another Squire? There's a 6. Accept. Plug in, there we go. Make that active. Drop off about 1100 occult. Jesus, you need a fair bit of mystic. Grab about 2500 mystic. What do you have for drones? Nothing. Federation Navy Hobgoblin. You got cap boosters, so you need all of those. So, Front. Oh, you have all the Frentics. Okay. Now let's throw 25 of those over to Locaville, so I don't forget where they are. Yeah, it sounds like it's going to take a bit to find out where they are. I don't think it'll be too easy. Frentics, Exile. Got a fair bit of that. Pyro. Republic. Not damage, defense. There we go. And that should be good for you. You've got the extra cap boosters. I think we're good. Let's go change the stream name. Lost some Hawks running T5 Firestorms in Nergals. Copy, paste, done. If somebody can refresh or somehow some other way check that the stream name is changed, I would appreciate it. Let's warp fleet here. Damn it, I have to sort this stuff out. That goes there. I think you're the only one with an actual new one. Reload. Switch those and those. Oh, that's the other thing I need to do that I haven't done in a bit. Pilot, fleet, watch list everyone. Okay, you've got them watch listed. Okay, it has been a bit since I've done these, so please excuse my blundering as I hop into this. Okay, first of all, let's go over here. You were right, Riker. Move on over to giveaways. Manage the death giveaway. 100 million ISK is going to Recon Cav. Making it easy for me. Rigged. And Nanabuso. Auto-link character. Give this guy 100 million ISK, even though he murdered my face the other day. It was valid. I deserved murdering. I mean, in all honesty, I tried to murder his face first, so. Consume that, consume that, consume that. Negatives. Hit point penalty, boo. These guys don't care as much. Armor and hurt tracking I kind of care about a little bit, but not overly. And in we go. Tier 5 fires. And I definitely should not be mixing up my watch lists like this. No, bad. Gather. Okay, this one's not too bad. So it's kind of funny to see what affects some ships and not the others. This room would be super annoying for Draugrs, but it is fine for these. It's just weird how some of these work. Not both of those. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. No tangling. There's medium range deviants, so we're not going to kick drones out right away. I know, right? Well, I don't want to gank you anymore. I double checked your overview to make sure you're fine, and I only wanted to gank you for your benefit, buddy. For your benefit. I was only thinking of you. Why are they shooting this dude? I know, right? Why are they shooting this dude? He actually needs some reps. Did he clip why I wanted to kill him? I mean, I told him... How many times did I tell you why I was going to kill you? Many times. To be fair, I should have ganked him, and I did not. And that's on me. You should be repping him. And you should be repping yourself. To be fair, the stuff I was pulling to people in low sec, they probably want to come and kill me at some point. However, best of efforts to them for that. Unfortunately for them, me dying is a regular occurrence that I'm used to. So we dropped a tier. We're doing... Oh, I hate you speed clouds so much. We dropped a tier to tier 5 because reasons. No, orbit 5,000 quick. Yeah, still reasons. Because we lost a set of hawks. Yeah, so, however, these firestorms, I did the math on it a little bit, and they don't have the bonuses that you can get from running the other ones. However, these things can still pay very well. So, we'll see how long time goes for these. I'm pretty sure I can get 4 in. Now, it's comparing 4 tier 5s to... One second here, where's this thing? Let's try that. 4 tier 5s to 3 tier 6s. So, one moment. Oh, ghosting. I like killing ghosting. So, if you run 4 tier 5s at 150 million per run, works out to 600 million ISK. Now, the cost of running these, your filaments are going to cost for 4 runs using 12 filaments about 25 million ISK for 575 million profit per hour. Okay? That's not counting cool bonuses like the ship staging room that takes 3 to 5 minutes to run. That's not counting getting plates, which are like 300 million a pop. Stuff like that. Shoot that guy, and that guy, and that guy, and open you. 80 million. And on the medium tower, must be the medium tower. Okay, striking. For hawks, we're going to assume 3 per hour because you don't always get 4. That's about 350 mil per run. However, it costs, so that's times 3 runs, is 1050, but that's minus 300 million for filaments for 750 mil per hour. So it's more, but it's not that much more that it's necessarily the best bang for your buck. And again, that's not counting some of the big things you can get in either of them. Because you can hit 500 million, or you can hit stinking a really shitty amount and not get anywhere near that. Alright, we're going to approach that, regroup, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, so actually on that, you're going to go 2, you're going to go 3, you're going to go grab this, we're going to go occult, drones, medium, deviant. So nope, no drones. We're going to switch you back to mystic. You're going to shoot that, and then these guys. Open cargo, shoot that, 2 and 3, orbit at 1,000. Orbit at 1,000. They're not in range yet. Loot 100 million isk there, orbit 1 at 1,000. I don't know how that guy stayed in range. Shooting and shooting. We are almost out of range of that, but we'll see. Looks like we're right at the edge. Okay, drone's back in. It is the unstable... 1 second here, let me bring it up. Shoot that. So I had 2 of these things drop, and I sold them for 900 million apiece. That was definitely my highlight there of a little bit of running. And that was within a 3-hour period, so I made an extra 1.8 billion yesterday. Just here's a couple lucky drops. Contempo with a rate of 34. Thank you very much, Contempo. I hope you had a wonderful evening tonight. However, the main one that you get for those are these here. The unstable. So 100 MN is 92.2, 10 MN is 50, 36, 48, and 71. So it's ISK, but it's not as big as some of the other things. Ooh, what were you running? I lost a set of hawks. So I went into the room and I'm like, well, first of all, I did make a mistake. My alts did not follow me, and I would swear I set them to, and they did not. So they sat in a blue cloud and died. I thought they were going to survive once I got the second one moving. That was not the case. But it was also 4 Cinnables and 6 Elite Dramiels. And the 6 Elite Dramiels I knew were going to be a problem. But it was definitely still a screw-up on my part, which happens. And unfortunately, I can't shout you both out at the same time. Contempo first. And let's regroup you guys, and you shoot that, and you are way out of range for that one. Now you get back. So, Contempo, I have realized that it can be really useful to stop moving when you go into an angel room. So just control space, stop moving both characters. You don't get shot at for that. So what you can do is you can... did you find any? So you can overheat your hardener when you do that. And that gives you a little bit of time to mark things up. Let that overheat. A raid and a raid. And so overheat... number of things, And then you can start moving in and follow, and it works pretty good. I mean, he already did a raid of 34 before that. I know, right? Okay, let's approach there. We're going to go Mystic, 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 and let's try that now. Chaos. Did you get it? Nah, 30 seconds. Okay. If you haven't followed Chaos, just go follow Chaos. Come on, what are you doing? All right. This is actually moderately terrible for so many reasons. Okay, so we're going to go this way. We're going to go back into that big bad blue cloud there. We're going to put remote reps on the nub. And we're turning up these blast lance, which there are not a ton of. And we're going to let them get in range, because that's all we can really do with these guys. These guys don't have a lot of range. These guys shoot 18 kilometers. That's all they got. So that guy that apparently went and posted his skill point link in your channel tried to do it in mine and got blocked immediately. Well, it didn't even send it. Hey, Nudgy, thank you. If you were just coming in, please type #horde to try to take all my ace tonight. By all my ace, the hell? Contempo, stop raiding me. Okay, we're going to turn off our afterburner and shoot these things. Might be one of those days where you just go and turn off stinking the bot. Those days do exist. Yeah, it's not anything he's doing. This is normal Twitch behavior. I promise you, I know Contempo well enough to know that he's not doing that. Is that guy being shot? Does not appear so. Is that guy being shot? Does not appear so. Will take me a little bit to remember how to fly these, but I love these ships. What was that magic card called? Look at me, I'm the DCI? From the first Unglued set. So long ago. Turn the afterburner back on, because I'm so far away from my goddamn out that I really want it. These two can approach the origin, so that if they hit something, they're fine. Does look like there could be a speed cloud there. So I was estimating these at 150 million a run, and this is already 180, so we're doing good so far. There's another almost 50. Approach there, stack this. Activate. Nobody trying to kill me yet. I mean, it happens sometimes. And approach. Okay, we're going to take this, stack all that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That sounds about right. Hard shell. Should be 3 boosters, 3 ammo, and that, so that sounds about right. Let's throw that in the Orca. This guy has more firestorms. I know, right? Terrible. So the other thing is, one of my friends really likes me running these because 0-point condensate drops in here. So I generally don't like running tier 6 electric because I prefer cheaper filaments because I'm insane and like things to kill my face. So most of the time I'm running the 2 million ISK filaments instead of the 60 million ISK filaments. I am more than willing to send those to anybody who wants to run those, though. And by send, I mean sell. We don't have any newts in here. You can kill those. Those confusers do need to die. You can turn off your AB. Okay, so right off the bat, this guy has 2 extra remote reps on him. He does not need this necessarily right away, so we don't put that on necessarily right away. This does not affect us as much. We do have drones that we can kick out, and sometimes it's useful to do that after the webs are dead. So I'm actually going to unlock a couple of guys over here, and we're going to focus those entanglers first. And then once those entanglers are dead, then we'll switch over to, we'll kick out the drones and add an extra 300 DPS or so. So the reason, there's a couple reasons why electricals are more expensive. The first and foremost is they're the easiest to run. The reason they're the easiest to run is every abyss has 2 effects to it. The main one for a lot of them is decreased resistance. And then another effect. So, for example, this one gives you plus 50 armor, 50% armor, and minus 50 or 70% thermal. Sorry, I'm a little tired tonight and tripping over my words a little bit. That's fine. There we go. So there's that. Now, most of them can be negative effects in addition to everything else. So for example, darks for anything turret based is a huge negative. For missiles, it's not. So that's why missile ships almost exclusively run darks. Not actually, that might be a little stretching it. Might not be exclusively run darks, but for the most part. I do not consider the Gila a missile ship per se. I consider it a drone ship, so that doesn't even count as one. Also, the drones would get wrecked in darks, so they also don't run there. So, like, these guys don't really need to use drones for tier 5s. If I were to try tier 6s, I would. So, it's not a huge requirement in here, but it is nice. I do have the orc outside, so I can throw more drones if I need to. In tier 6, time is of the essence. You absolutely must use your drones there. That extra 300 DPS makes a massive, massive increase. Oh yeah, no, you absolutely do not want to be using drones in darks. They're shooting a drone, and part of the problem with that is they tend to fly away. So electricals, they give minus resistance to EM, which is fairly standard across the board with the exception of darks. But the other thing they give is plus cap regen, which generally doesn't help rats too much. They don't need more cap for anything. However, it makes fitting them for a lot of things extremely easy. Yes, I am. I'm running 3 Nergals. 65 million in that one. So, and see, 206 ZPC. So, of that 60 million, 10 million of it is just 0-point condensate, which I love. So yeah, it's much easier to fit things to be cap stable and not die in electricals than anything else. I mean, technically, yes, there are people who run Punishers in T1. A lot of people have said, so there's an Abyssal Lurkers channel. Actually, what am I doing? I've got it right over here. Abyssal Lurkers. See this? Go join that channel. All you do is go open channel window, type Abyssal Lurkers, and it should come up. Hit join. You should get in there. There's a lot of people in there with a lot of information about fits and how to run them, and they will answer pretty well any question you have, and they're very nice. So the cap bonus makes it so that you're not going to run out of cap, which means that you don't have to fit as much of these mid-slot things. That's cap, that's cap. So you don't have to fit stuff like that in electricals. I could not fit the cap battery and be fine. So that means I could fit something more useful, something like extending the range of my guns, or if I'm a shield tank, more tank, things like that. And that can make a huge difference. That room took me a little bit. 5.5, not bad. This one won't be too bad. We are just going to start moving, and we're going to go right for them. So we're going to go Fire Watchers, Wardens, Preservers, that kind of thing. Reps on Nub, Reps on Nub. Yeah, super useful channel. You know what? I'm killing the Wardens first on 2 of these guys, and the Fire Watchers on this guy. Turn off my AB, so you don't turn off your AB in a lot of rooms. However, there are a few rooms I do. And the reason being is that it keeps all these guys in range of me, which lets me murder their faces faster. Let's mark Watchmen's 1 and 2. And you're going to kill the Preservers next, after that Fire Watcher. Ooh, shit. Why does that guy have all the aggro? Come on. Alright, so I did Newts and Webs first, and then Watchmen are my next priority. Because the Watchmen do more damage than the rest of them. So if I take the Watchmen out, there goes most of this DPS that causes that guy to go down. What is shooting my drones? This escort. Drones are doing all right. So the difference between Hawks and Nergals is Hawks require less concentration. These guys, you got to pay attention to them getting shot a little bit more because you do need to remote rep things. So it's easy to get distracted and not notice somebody going down, and that's problematic for obvious reasons. We're going to bring drones in. There's a couple guys left. Turn on my AB. We can turn off these remote reps and get a little bit of cap back. Now, on a side note, I did not give these guys cap boosters. This is the only guy who uses cap boosters. There we go. The other 2 are double cap battery. The boosters I don't need too often. It's only for the much higher DPS rooms, like all Kikis or something like that. Or occasionally this one. This one I might because of the entanglers. It's hard to say. But we should be able to coast in. So if you don't move right away, you can coast in and get a little more damage in. Keep in mind, we're in the last room and we have 11 minutes left. So we're doing really good on time. So we're going to move this way here. We're pretty well in range of the Scylla right now. They'll take a second before they tackle me, usually. And we can kick the drones out as a distraction and orbit this guy at 2,500. Drones, drones, distraction, distraction, and distraction. Okay, now we're webbed down to almost nothing. Turn that on. I did not do that for some reason. I'm a bad person. That is also why this guy has a stinking ADC. $20 kilometers, what the hell? None of my drones are apparently being a good distraction, but they're good DPS, so that'll have to do. Cryptus is switch target, so I gotta pay attention to that. This guy may need reps. Okay, those guys are currently out of range. We're going to switch you to Occult. Orbit 2500. Shoot Cryptus. You can shoot that one. You were webbed. You're catching up. No drones are getting shot out of this, which is unusual. And there's still an entangler, so that's even more weird. Alright, whatever. We're going to shoot Cryptus with a whole bunch of not that one, Occult. Actually, technically, this guy does not need a rep on him. He does have other reps on him. Now we're going to put the drones on the Scyllads, so let's mark those 1 and 2 after that guy dies. Okay, 4,000. You guys are all close enough. Good jobs, you guys. 1, 1, and 1 for those. I don't shoot my drones very often. I shoot my characters fairly often. So I use boosters all the time. I always have boosters on. And if they're affordable, and they're usually extremely affordable, use the event boosters. They're more than worth it. 4 hours worth, and they're good for stinking sometimes like 2-3 months. 2, 2, and 2, and I just realized that that died at the same time. So let's go over here. We're going to switch to Mystic, Mystic, and Mystic, and shoot these guys out. Okay, there's a biocache. I've had a little bit of practice. So drones and coming back in speed clouds generally don't get along the greatest. See how it works today. In, and in. Good job, you guys. I'm super proud of you. Let's open this for another 54 million. Activate gate for everyone. And the time on that is 6:30, so 13.5 minutes. Not too bad. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7. 190 million that run, so again, a little bit above average. I mean, of course you want above average loot. That's just the way that kind of works. And we're going to go over here and County Firestorm. Pop over here. I tried it a couple times, see if he's still here. He is. There we go. Shout out Chaos. Thank you, Chaos, for whatever you do. For not fixing your overview and then finally fixing it after way too long. And I should have murdered your face. To be fair, I probably should still get you for how long you took to fix that goddamn overview. But I won't, because I like you. There you go. That's the nicest you're getting. Alright. Deep Watcher, so this is a super easy room. Let's do that. Of course, there's 3 of them. So you're going to go for 2, you're going to go for 3. Short range deviant looks pretty far away. We're going to kill that. Of course you are. Alright, well, that's fine. Go for the Lancers first. Launch this. This can go for that. 2 and 3 and occult. Occult. We'll see how close that gets to. I am not. I was thinking about it. However, I have other things that I have on my plate right now that I just can't do it, unfortunately. I had wanted to go, but unfortunately it's just not in the cards this time. Alright, I think I might be able to use drones? No, I can't. Drones in. I don't even care if I can hit that one guy. This is just way too close for that. Switch this to Occult. Although it would have been nice to see if CCP... Oh, no, damn it. You're not going to Occult. You're going to Mystic, and I need to shoot this guy still. Why is this guy so far away? Who is he close to? Why is he not close to anyone? No, I had started to make plans for Iceland, but I'm like... I have a lot going on right now. I'm doing some work to my mom's place to try to get that fixed up. I ended up not buying the tickets as well, and now they're sold out, so that's not impossible to get them, but I'd be dealing with people, and you can't always trust people, unfortunately. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's a fair low, moderate. Actually, you know what? I bet Contempo could probably talk to CCP and get a ticket, but I'm not an EVE partner, so I probably could not.
Next year.
Next year.
Ongoing, not being an EVE partner.
Yeah. My wife is going to go. She'll take my place. She'll wear my hat. You'll see her there.
Could you imagine?
I think I just half killed my wife. I'm not sure.
Could you imagine me pretending to know EVE around EVE's people?
I would give you a script and we would practice it.
Oh.
See, watch. All you have to do is go, hey, did you see that last match of the Alliance tournament? And people would be like, what?
Oh, but then they'd start talking to me about it, and I'd have to pretend.
That's what the script is for. Okay, so Occult there. These guys are definitely going to have to help with one on this. I mean, if she has the hat, then everyone knows that I'll send her. That I sent her. That's what happens when the people take my hat. They're like, that's Loki's hat. Besides, you don't like playing EVE that much, but you would definitely be able to watch people do things, and you would be able to talk about what they do.
That's true.
Even if you didn't play it.
Yeah, that's true. And I do like it when people talk about games that they like.
Yeah.
Even if it's not something that's for me.
Or we could dress you up as a Triglavian, and then nobody will actually see your face, but everyone will know what you are, and you won't have to say anything.
True.
All you have to do is walk around and go triangle, triangle, triangle. And people would be happy.
Triangle, triangle, triangle.
You specifically have to say it 3 times, though, just so you know.
What happens then? Do I summon it like Beetlejuice?
Yes. then you get pushed into the abyss for 20 minutes.
Oh. Better the abyss than sandworms.
Alright. I mean, unfortunately, there's not a whole lot interesting about this particular part of it. You get to watch Deep Watchers die. However, these guys ramp up so much DPS. They can hit about 2,000 when they get to max. So you're 300, you're currently 500, so we're hitting about 1,300 right now. Mystic, and that's the nice thing is rooms that generally take longer for other people aren't as huge of an issue for these guys. So they don't run out of time very often in Tier 5. Tier 6, that's another story. That plus 50% tank that they get is definitely an issue. Alright, so I have a new way of running these. We're going to do that, go this way. First off, we have to kill all these snare casters, which we can use drones for. And we're definitely flying away. Then after that, I have my new method of how I kill these things. We're going to mark them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we pull drones in because we don't want the drones to go after these guys because they will murder them. Well, yeah, we used to watch Beetlejuice. Okay, so now is when it gets interesting. So 1, 2, 3, 4. You know what? We're going to kill 1 and 2 first. Orbit at 10 and shoot. Orbit at 10 and shoot. And this guy is just going to fly away. And the reason being is all of these guys are going to shoot the person who moved first. So this guy, oh, absolutely every time. You have to pay attention to clouds and structures. Now, structures are a little less important to this guy, but they're very important to the Hawks because short-range deviants will destroy your missiles. I have to pay attention to deviants for hitting my drones. This isn't a room I could use drones in even if I wanted to. I can shoot these guys. It's not usually how that works. So this guy, he's not actively trying to shoot things, but this guy is in range, so I'm going to. What's happening is these two, and that guy's being shot at now. So you are going to rep Locavol. These two are going to orbit these guys at 10 and shoot them. And the reason being is, please shoot 3. You're going to shoot C. Orbit at 15, C. The reason being is all of them except one will always chase this guy. Okay? So this guy can just fly around and not have a care in the world and eventually make his way over here. And these two are going to kill everything. And that way I don't have to worry so much about 3 or 4 of these guys getting into range and killing this guy. And with one of them, these guys can generally repair each other and tank no problem. This guy is flying out into the depths a little bit, which I do not care for, although actually he's doing fine, so I'm not too concerned about it. And yeah, so mostly it's just fly around, you can go grab the loot, and as long as these guys aren't taking too much damage, you're fine. You do have to watch the edge and things like that. Okay, so you're killing C now. You just kill that one. You can kill A, orbit at 10, and kill that. And you can kill B, orbit at 10. And you can grab loot and loot that, 93. Orbit this guy at 15, and you can shoot that. So now he can help because there's only a couple guys left. But yeah, the chase on this is somewhat annoying. You are definitely not wrong on that. Okay, so I'm almost caught up. I mean, I don't need to pop the cat booster all that often in here. Okay, this guy now has 2 people shooting him. This guy has just the 1. Ooh, he's in a speed cloud. I don't like that. Who is B shooting? B shooting this guy. Okay. You guys can approach the conduit, and you can in right there. And they're all dead, and we're good. I mean, chasing them around is quite annoying. You can't use the close range ammo, because if they turn on you at that close of a range, you will still die, even to one of them. Trust me, I am fully aware of that one. However, this guy flying around made it a lot easier to run this room. Even just being able to use Mystic increased the damage on my DPS enough that I'm pretty sure it's still quicker than the other way I was running it. The biggest threat to these guys is generally the Devoted room. These are Velas, so these aren't too bad. If I go Occult, that last guy's not quite in yet. And that's fine there, and Occult. And I just turn around for a brief second. Regroup. Reps on nub, turn that off. These guys should all get into range. And I should be able to kill all of them pretty quickly. Ah, ghosting. Nobody loves you ghosting. Okay, you're killing ghosting already. You're going to have to switch to Mystic for ghosting. Yep, ghosting or bouncing around, so I have to switch to Mystic and pretty well everyone. Boo! Let's unlock you, target you, unlock you, target you. Reps on this guy. So, I haven't tried it recently, but I do know that people once upon a time were able to run triple retributions. I don't know if anyone's really tried it recently. I know I'd done tier 4 with a really cheap set of retributions. I'm talking like 300 million-esque to run tier 4 fire, triple box tier 4 firestorms. They were fairly challenging still, but the price point was pretty spot on. Application is mostly irrelevant for these guys. Just because, so 410 tracking for Mystic. And let me check this. Okay, you shoot that guy. Good job, you. You're going to have to switch anyway. Huh. Weird. Okay, so oddly enough, while I don't really see what's wrong with what you said, I'm not going to allow it through. Just because reasons. Let's shoot that. Couldn't get any sleep. Couldn't get any sleep. Somebody mining your stuff. That would be sad. Let's grab this and open that for another 100 million ISK there. Stack that. Ooh, that's no good. Now my other guy's being shot at, by the way. I mean, he's not taking a hideous amount of damage, but I don't like it. So you have Mystic. Let's switch you over to Occult. And you can shoot the one that this guy's not shooting, which is that one. You can shoot the little guys and go for that. I mean, thanks for joining. I do appreciate it. Misan, and you're supposed to be shooting, as opposed to not shooting. Okay. So that guy not dead. I probably killed one and then forgot I killed one and started shooting another one, didn't I? Bandistan, thank you for the follow. Also, anyone who's just come in, please hashtag Horde. And if you haven't in somebody else's stream, do IGN and whatever your username is, in my case, Locable the Nub, and that will record your username in the bot, which means if you win my draw later, you will automatically get the prize, because that's how I do it in here. So 410 or 615. So it's significantly more tracking, but it's not actually going to make a huge difference in anything, just because you can hit them very easily with what you have for tracking already. And let me pop over here. Nudgy, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. I post all these videos to YouTube as well, so you will see them in there. Shooting, shooting, shooting. We're good. Victor, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Hope you are all having a wonderful evening. Yeah, I've got one more run in me before I head out. And that stops shooting, I'm pretty sure. Shoot that guy. I'm going to approach the out gate here. There we go. Turn that back on. Reload Mystic, reload Mystic, reload Mystic. No drones out. Activate gates all around. I mean, it's still oh, cool. So I've been doing a bit more YouTube. That one took a little longer. That was like 16, 17 minutes. I've been just throwing them up on YouTube. I'm a terrible person. I could do some actual post-production, and I have not. But at the same time, compared to when I was putting time and effort into it, they're doing better with me just throwing them up than not. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I'm missing something. Misan, there we go. 301. What the hell did I get? Small armor plate. Firestorm. ZPC. Oh, 2 cat electricals for 110 million. There we go. Alright, so let's get this running, and this will be the last one for the night. Did not take my second break, so we are going to... I did that draw, didn't I? Did I do my... Tell me I did my death draw. Yes, I did, okay. I did lose a set of Hawks tonight, so this is going to be a split Hawk slash... why are you not a Mystic? Anyway. Hawk Nergal video. But you get to see where I died in Hawks and how I died to Hawks, which I'm actually grateful for, because unfortunately sometimes that does not happen often enough. Keep in mind that I made 8 billion with these yesterday, so I am definitely on the ISK positive side of things. You're going to switch over to Mystic. Thank you for the follow, whoever that was. Sorry I can't see it right now. Is triple boxing. Alright, we're going to turn that off. We have 1 Sentinel, 2 Fire Watchers. We're going to kill the Fire Watchers first. So, normally with Hawks, I like to mark these guys up a fair bit, so I can see which ones I'm going after. We're going to orbit this guy at 1,000. However, where these guys largely start their damage immediately, I'm less concerned about it. Okay, so you're going to go for these Preservers next. You've got a minute though, Ducky, before you... No, you can go for them now. Okay, so you're still fine there. That Sentinel's going down. Let's get the Watchman soon. I gotta keep an eye on these guys, see if anything happens there. Very nice. Very nice. Now, why did you die? What was it got you with that 40 million-isk hawk? You can shoot the watchman. Okay, so yeah, that guy's dead. So we're gonna orbit this guy at 1,000. You're gonna shoot the preservers. The newt is down, and once the preservers dead, we're good. I don't see a lot of people run Eagle. Which one's Eagle? I feel like that's nope. Jesus. Yeah, I don't think anyone ever runs this. For anything. Okay, so Aegis. You have that preserver. I need that guy dead. He is the one who will get out of range on me. So where I'm heading here, this guy, he doesn't follow me. He follows these guys. So I need to kill him that way. Oh, okay. I mean, that's the other thing. Vedmax against Hawks. If it's Vedmax and Damavix, well, it's only ever Vedmax and Damavix. The Vedmax are the ones that do the damage. If you can take them out, it's very unlikely you're going to die. So, more or less, Vedmax DPS got you. If you had more tank, you probably would have been fine. I'm not, like, bashing your tank. You did very well getting 40-some runs in before losing one. Actually, I'm kind of surprised this Vedmax got you and not, like, some weird angel room. 57, approach there. But yeah, the nice thing about these guys, you can just slow boat. Because you want things to stay in range, so you're just turning off his AB, and once you get to the gate, and you're expecting to jump through, you can turn it back on. But you don't need to until then. This guy's shooting this guy. The unfortunate thing about Occult is it has much better tracking. You're never going to use it to kill anything except battleships that you don't need better tracking for. Perfect. I mean, if the other two survived, you're absolutely fine. Okay, turn that back on. Let's go here. So these Hawks I made specifically for Tier 5. They have less tanks than the other ones I used to use, but they also end up costing a fair bit less. So it's about 1.5 billion for the fleet. Pays itself off in about 2 to 3 hours, which is fairly reasonable, and it should do fairly well. Okay, so reps on this guy and this guy. I'm not seeing any webs in here, so we're going to launch all the drones out. Confusers die first. So one of the big things that bother the Nergals is losing their range on their weapons. So most of the time, you're going to want to kill anything that tracking disrupts first. And we're going to orbit this at 1,000. We'll be fine. Oh, can you grab that? Okay. This guy's being shot at. The funny thing about that is, if his is the only one being shot, which is currently not losing any shield. Oh, there it goes. He can rep it. Now, if these guys start taking a fair bit of damage, he's going to have to rep one of them instead. But with it only being the one, he's fine to just rep it. And if they keep shooting it, well, too bad for them. They're not going to be very effective. However, things are flying away from me, and that's not what I want to see. It's all of those Lancers shooting him. And you could tell because the Lancers bounced out to like 30 kilometers, and you can't hit them from there. Yes, they are. They definitely are. So this guy has, one moment, 2 armor reps, C-type, they all have this one. Yeah. An ADC, and so it has an extra rep and an ADC. I dropped those for 2 of the entropics on the DPS. Because there's always going to be a spawn where this guy needs to tank more. So Charybdis is an excellent example of that for these guys. When you have 5 webs and you don't have the speed and Charybdis can get shots on you, you need tank. And these guys can tank Charybdis hits, which, you know, there's some cruisers have issues with that. So they actually do fantastic for a lot of this stuff. Echo, stop. Loot 68 million there. Shoot that guy. Shoot that guy. You're good. Shoot that guy. And we're just going to approach this. I mean, ADC is extremely useful. It's not required on all of them, but I usually need it on one of them. In almost any setup. Like, obviously, Draugrs can't use it, unfortunately. But I still have a tank Draugr and a DPS Draugr as well. Tank Draugr has an extra repper, and he's the one who does the boosting because he takes the initial DPS. So he benefits from the boost, but he still gets the 2 remote reps from the other guy. As opposed to, I could run 2 boosts, but then my only other option is to make my armor reps go faster, which is costing me more cap, and they're already fairly cap sensitive, so I don't find that the better way of doing things. Turn the AB back on. Yeah, you're not taking any real damage. Okay, good. So yours is the lower one. We got that. And one more room after this. So, hashtag Horde, if you have not gone into that, please get into that draw. That's my big draw for the end of the night. We are down to 15 cards left before I have to make a new deck. Now, it should go before then, but if it doesn't, that's fine, because I get to draw it out longer and I have to pay you guys less. I mean, what?
What?
Alright, so let's go through here. And again, going into the last room with 11 minutes left. So some of these runs are fairly quick. What the hell's this? Okay, no, this is fine. I'm like, it's a lot of blue clouds. But this is a super easy Rodiva room, so we're okay. So we're going to put reps on not the gaze dimmer. Reps on nub. Let's let these guys come in. We are going to orbit this guy at 1,000. Ember Lance, Blast Lance, Snarecaster, apparently the Rodiva, which we're not actually going to try to shoot at yet. Okay, we're going to go 1, 2, 3 on the Rodivas. Sorry for anyone I missed. Connor, thank you for the follow. That guy's going to start shooting Rodiva for the fun of it. Okay, so we are going to cut our speed in half and approach that. And yeah, you know what? Shoot him. Let's get him down. And you can start shooting 2, and you can start shooting 3. Nice. So, one of the things I like about this is one of the more challenging ones to run, but it pays damn well, considering you don't have to screw around with buying expensive filaments. Actually, that's the reason I ended up starting to run these. I used to run Hawks for almost everything. Back in the old T5 is the max, and we did not have Angel Rooms. Which, by the way, those ended up becoming near indestructible in that scenario. So the Angel Room is not necessarily a bad thing, in my opinion. Where's I going with that? Right, so there's another streamer who I'm reasonably certain he was the cause of my filaments going up to 35 million apiece for Tier 5 Darks at the time. Then they dropped significantly after the patch dropped because they were super hard to run, everyone just figured they were dead. And so I always keep a stock of something else I can run that's cheap, and lately that's been Firestorms. Darks have gone up a little bit, but Firestorms are still super cheap, and I love them. I love them so much. Okay, shoot that guy, and grab loot, and turn that on. Another 54 million. Let's activate gate. Activate gate. Activate gate. Stack that. Boosters ran out. We have time left on the defense booster, but that's alright. I'm not concerned about that one. So this is 1 hour. We're going to approach there. These two can dock up. Actually, to be fair, that one can dock up too. And by that one, I mean my Orca. And let's go open fleet hangar, because the Orca's going to take a moment to dock up. Stack that. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to drag this over here. And not counting blueprints, or cataclysmic darks, or that, or cat boosters, we have an estimated 828 million, not counting blueprints, in the last hour running these. Minus all of 12, so about 25 million for the Firestorms. So 800 million in an hour in what's a reasonably easy tier 5. Tier 6 becomes an issue because of time, unfortunately. And the rooms definitely get harder for some of the more damaging rooms. But tier 5 is fairly steady, fairly easy-esque, and I enjoy running them. I also like getting the ZPC because it's worth a little bit more. That's the 0-point condensate that you get. It's on my other character. It's worth a little bit. Do I have someone here? No. But yeah, not even a bill. But my Hawks running 4 of those in an hour make 1 bill profit in tier 6s that can be more deadly to them than these guys running in tier 5s. And that's kind of sad in a way, because I can usually get about 1.4 billion in an hour, but I'm paying 400 million for the filaments. These guys made 830, not counting blueprints, in an hour, but I paid 30 million for the filaments. It's a nice change. Over to here. Did not make as much as I normally would since I died. But I still have 2 billion here, and yeah, obviously that's quite nice to see. Did I sell that? Finance, contracts, finished. I think somebody bought my blueprints. Did that get accepted? Oh, that's finished. Nice. I don't have 3 billion from collateral. That's sweet. A trading establishment bought all of my blueprints for 1 billion. Not bad, not bad. All right, cool. I do my trading off grid, but more or less what I do. I've been trying to stock heck up a little bit more, because some of my friends run out of heck. Chaos, you have yourself a wonderful evening, and yeah, it's just fun to do. So I'm trying to get a little bit more stock there, trying to move some of the trading away from Jita and make it so there's more things available. Probably not doing a great job because I'm mostly moving stuff that's already over there. Ooh, symbiosis. I get so many of these, I generally don't bother opening them anymore. What the hell is that? Conduction console. What the hell's a conduction console? No, because Kiki's... So, Coach Jesus, I'm not sure the nicest way to say this. they're below me. Is that a little too harsh, Co-Jesus? No, that's from... so, there's a staging room in the Abyss. I always thought I just dropped these data streams, so I was kind of surprised to see this... see something else in there. Triglavian. So I was surprised to see something else in there, but I'm used to these. But I didn't remember the conduction console things, but that's fine. I think they might have been. Those were the things that sent me random emails that I did not need to see. All right, so I'm done. I made a couple billion, but I also lost a set of ships, which makes me really sad. Those ships are well paid for, don't get me wrong. Still sad that they're gone. But we're going to go, and we're going to go ahead with the draw for tonight. I'll send that video over, and I will find the spot where I died so that you can all see it. Let's make this significantly larger. So, what we're going to do is we have... Where is the light that's bothering that? Is it that? I think it's that one. Yes. Can't turn that light off. Alright, cool. So you guys are going to be after this card. This card is Kaya. It is a full art mythic planeswalker, so it stands out a bit from the rest of them. And we are going to go over to... This should work. There we go. So the other ones, they draw the exact same way. However, this one I show on chat because it is a bigger draw. Announce that it's closed. And the winner of the Dragon's Horde tonight. I'm also going to use a full stinking, whatchamacallit deck for my next one. Commander deck. There we go. I will do it based on the rarity of them, and the commander themselves will be the big prize for that. The winner is Kalanite Sevier. Are you currently here, Kalanite Sevier? Ooh, looks like you still might be here. Let's copy that. See if you have an IGS here. So, it has... Oh, okay, we're good. We have Catlanite's in-game name, which is realistically all I need. If Catlanite is here, that's even better. It means I don't have to make up numbers, because occasionally I go over here and I go random number generator, and we'll throw in 1 to 15. Catlanite, are you here to save me from having to use a random number? No, wait, no, I don't need to use that. Never mind, I'm wrong. I get you guys to throw one out there. So, Catlanite has a chance at somewhere between 150 million-esque. I can go back here. Dragon, 150 million-esque to 5 billion-esque. So, Kaya is worth 5 billion. Uncommons are worth 250 million, 150 million, and rares are worth 1 billion. And it's a mix of what's in here. Obviously, I'm probably going to stack a commander's deck to be specific amounts of each of these things when we get there. But we'll see what happens. Well, we'll see what happens. If it's fairly reasonable for one or two that I have, I may just go with those. So we'll throw Kaya in there. We'll give this a little bit of a shuffle. We'll see if Catlanite says anything here in chat. Catlanite wins regardless of whether they do, so don't get too hung up on that. Let's throw a couple numbers out in chat. I'll pick the first one that I see. Between 1 and 15, please. Actually, shit. So here's something I used to do, and I haven't done it in a bit. Everyone throw a number between 1 and 15, please. If you pick the right number, I will send you 25 million-esque. You only get to pick one number. Do not pick multiple. Nudgy, thank you for the sub. I super appreciate it. So, everyone pick a number. The number we're going with is Forever's at 9. Tuzan, you pick multiple numbers. Don't do that. Your first one counts. And if I see you guys do it too many times, I'm just going to start making a list, and you guys will not be included. Okay, so number 9 is for Catlanite. See what we get. We're going to cut off the numbers that you can pick in just a couple seconds here. I'm going to stop that there. And here is the cutoff for picking numbers in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ah, that's okay. You don't have to pick another number. If it's duplicated, you both get 25 million each. All right. That's fair, though. I did not mention that beforehand. So I will absolutely give you that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. So I have to remember 7. So 7 for number. 8 and 9 is a common. So let's take care of that first. 14 cards left. And I used to do this a long time ago. I have no idea why I stopped. All right, so we're gonna. If you guys remind me, I will absolutely do that again because that's entertaining to do, and it gives you guys a shot at something at the end of the night, right? So first off, no, let's go back over to this dude here. Fleet Paste Catlinite gets 150 auto-link character. Give 150. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. That is the main winner there. 25 mil for anyone else who said the proper number. So we're going to go Kyrian. I definitely saying Contempo enough stuff that that's not even a problem for that name. So Contempo's good. Who else do we have here? Eve Tear, Nutso, IGS, Eve. Did you guys already put them in? Oh, there's Eve Tear. Perfect. And there's Nutso, so paste that one. Let's grab that. Auto-link character. Auto-link character. Give 25, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. All right. So 777. I think that's it. Tuesday, and you picked one above and one below. That's fantastic. Oh my God! Let's not talk about how bad at Wizards is for managing online platforms. We could talk about that for like 3-4 hours at least. All right, so that is my stream. Clearly, I'm not writing Contempo tonight for some random odd reason. Let's go Twitch. See who is currently on. We've got Rampage. We've got Unlucky. I haven't rated Unlucky, I don't think, in a while. We've got King Fatso. Reaper Spawn is playing Raft. I do like rating Reaper Spawn once in a while, but I think I rated him not too long ago. Me, Rampage. And we're going to go with Unlucky. Raid, Mr. Unlucky. You guys have yourself a wonderful evening tonight. Which one's the missus? My missus? She doesn't have a character. I would send her all of the ISK if she did. To be fair, right now I am sitting on 8 billion ISK plus 6755 Plex, so I'm doing all right. Although I do have some accounts that need to be boosted up in the next month and a half, 2 months. When is it? Is that September or October? October 3rd, so a little over a month and a bit. But to be fair, that's why I have almost 7,000 Plex set aside. You guys have a wonderful evening. I will see you later. I should be back Thursday? Yes. I'll be back Thursday. Fly fun, lose ships. It's okay to lose ships. Just have fun doing it. I'll see you later. This will be up on YouTube shortly.